Hello everyone, I am going to do my March currently inked, which I have written in this really cute little Cat Collage Club sticker that was from this month of her release, and then also these little ink swatches which she said she did from Fountain Pen Ink if I recall correctly. So I just had printed those out on sticker paper and I thought that they would be cute. Here was last month. I added these over the course of the month, and several of them have been uninked right now as of this point, and I've put, you know, new colors in my pens, but I do have some carryovers, so that's how last month went. And let's get started. So last month was definitely the month of the Pilot Kakunos, and this month is the month of the Jinhao 10s, and everybody is loving these, and with good reason, I think, because I love them too. I think they are amazing. Also, I have my watercolor palette back there because I was playing with it earlier. I didn't make this video in the beginning of the month because, okay, let me get myself situated here. Because I've kind of been feeling a little bit blah about everything, I guess, but including, you know, fountain pens, planners, everything like that. The only thing that has been getting me like excited is doing more artistic stuff, which I'm not artistic at all, really. I just love playing with color. And so I had this watercolor palette, and I took it out and I've been playing with it and I've been loving it. The other part of it is that I have been having some back problems, which I've never had before. It just kind of came out of nowhere. And I've been in pretty bad pain for the last several weeks and don't know really why. I've been seeing some doctors and stuff, so they're helping me out. But yeah, it's uncomfortable to sit the way that I'm sitting right now. So we'll see how my back feels after this. But yeah, it's kind of hard to like lean over and do kind of artsy stuff or even writing. So, and also being in pain, you just don't really want to do that kind of thing. Anyways, that's why it's taken me so long to make a video. But this is the Jinhao 10 with the black stripe body, and I really love this one. This is, I think, the third ink that I put in here, and this is my favorite so far, Diamine Aurora Borealis. First of all, I just love the color, and second of all, it flows really well in here. These pens, in my experience, do tend to dry when you haven't used them, even for me, even for like a few hours or a day. The next time I use it, it'll start to come out really dark at first, and then it will lighten up as I write back to its normal color because of the drying. Sometimes there are hard starts if I haven't used it for longer than that, but it's not too bad. It doesn't really bother me that much. But yeah, I just love this ink combo, and I have been reaching for that quite a lot, like probably more than any other combo. Okay, the next one is this Kaweco collection in this purple color. I'm not sure what it's properly called. I always call it lavender. And this has Pilot Iroshizuku. Hello, what was that? Z. Amairo. And I think this translates to sky blue, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted a sky blue color for springtime. And I love this one a lot. It's been a nice, happy light blue color. This one I just inked up today. I had a light green ink in another pen and just wasn't loving it as much, so I combined two inks, which is why I was just mixing that, because one of them is a shimmer ink. This is actually the Sailor 1911S with a 14K nib, and it comes with this like more cream colored body, but I switched out the body to another Sailor body that I had, which is white and rose gold. And I love this color. You guys probably recognize me using this color or this type of color a lot. I didn't use it last month. But it's Monteverde Key Lime Pie And then for the shimmer, I added Diamine Pine Needle, which was from 2024's Ink Vent. And it's a more olive green with, I think it's a chameleon shimmer. And this is in the Sailor 1911S, and it has a medium nib. But even though I just inked it up today, I am really enjoying the way that it's writing. It's coming out nice and bright, and I love that. Let's see. You can see a bit of the shimmer, but it's not overly shimmery, which is fine by me. I find that the Monteverde Key Lime Pie is a little bit too light and too bright, so I do usually try to darken it up with a little bit of a darker green. But yeah, I really like that one. Okay, next I have a happy story that I don't think I've told yet. When my sister and I went to the California Pen Show, I stopped at the Esterbrook table first, and I don't know how many of you guys might remember this, but I had issues with the first nib that came on this pen when I bought this pen. And eventually I was trying so much to mess with it and fix it that I broke the tines. Not broke them, but I bent them out of a shape that I could fix. So, what is this called? This is not soft mint. This is mint twist. So anyways, I told them what I had done at the table, and he was like, so it wasn't writing well before you tried to fix it? Like, that's why you were messing with it? And I was like, yeah, it was just really dry. I just could never like figure it out. And he's like, oh, I'm going to give you a nib then for free. So he gave me a replacement fine nib, and now I can use this pen again, which makes me so happy. And this fine nib is very good. It's perfect. It's everything that I could want it to be. It's wet, it's smooth. I love it. So I obviously just somehow got a bad nib at first, and now of course I want more Esterbrooks. Esterbrook SD. And this is a fine nib. And it has Diamine Mint Twist, which is also from 2024's Ink Vent. And I thought that looked cute with this pen. You kind of see some of that minty color in a little bit of that, of those pieces, but yeah. And it also has a shimmer, which I'll hold it up later so that we can see the shimmers, but I like that color for spring a lot. Okay, next we have the Benu Talisman in the Peacock Ore body. And I think I had this one inked up last month, didn't I? Yes, I did. And it's still going strong. For some reason, this ink in this nib is like very wet. And so some of the papers that I typically write on, it's been bleeding through. So I haven't used it as much. But I do love this color and this combination. It feels amazing to write with, and it is nice and juicy. But like I said, I haven't really been writing much at all. I write in my planner, and sometimes in a journal, but not as frequently. So I don't know why I have so many pens inked up, because I'm not doing anything with them, which is another reason why I'm probably feeling like blah about it, because it's like, okay, I love them. They're beautiful. Like, I like to have them just to have them inked up because I love the colors and I love like playing with the pens when I feel like it. But yeah, I'm not really using them to their full and deserved potential. But so yeah, I don't know if I'm going to keep these inked, you know, throughout April. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'm just playing it by ear. This is another one that I just inked up this morning. I wanted a lighter purple, and I wanted it more like this. I was using Diamine Lullaby, but it's too light on its own, and that's also from the Ink Vent. So I added a color to it, but it didn't quite come out this pink, which is fine. I like this one too. So I'm just going to use this for a while. So this is Diamine Lullaby plus Kyo and Oto Ruri Iro. So that color is really pretty, and it's closer to Ajisai in its true color, and it also has shimmer in it. So anyways, I mixed the two together, and I do like this color. It's a nice light lavender. So this is a TWSBI Eco in white, rose, gold, but I did switch out the nib for a fine bronze nib from another one of my ecos, because the one on here was a medium, so I wanted a fine, so I'm putting that. That's that. I'm doing a lot of talking as usual. Okay, this is another carryover. This is the Jinhao 9013. And this has Ferris wheel press, sugar, and spite. And I love this combo still. It's a fine nib. And I'm really, really, really loving these Jinhaos. The 9016 and the 9013 are so nice to write with. And I like how it has like little glitters in the body. And I like the color combo of pink and yellow. Okay, this one is the Admoc M800. And in here, I did a mix. And I don't know what I put in here other than I did use the scented ink, I think Fruit Cocktail from last year's ink vent from 2024. It is a very bright orange, much brighter than this. And I mixed it with, I know I put something pink in there. It might even have been like a tiny bit of sugar and spite. But I know I put like a few things in here and I don't remember what they were. So my apologies. But I just wanted a brighter orange that wasn't like blindingly highlighter bright. I haven't been using it much, admittedly, but I do still like it. I think it's a cute, nice little tangerine-y type color for spring. And then I was thinking about spring colors and thinking about the flowers that are present in my area in springtime. And one of the common flowers around here is the poppy. And I do live in California, so we get a lot of poppies, especially like, I don't know if anybody remembers or heard about this, but there was what's called a super bloom a few years ago here, where it had just rained excessively, like so much rain. And then after the rain stopped, we had a super bloom where all these wildflowers were blooming, and it was like purple and yellow flowers. So poppies and some kind of purple flower. I don't even know what they were. It was gorgeous though. And like, there were so many people that were like pulled over on the side of the freeway going into the flowers, trying to take pictures. So yeah, I thought, oh, I have an ink called California Poppy. Let me ink it up. And this is in the Iris Diamond TWSBI. So it's flowing nicely in here. And I like that combination. So I like these little spring color palette here. So the rest of the colors are more muted. So I'm going to move over to this side and then I'll show them all together when we're done. But this is a carryover from last month. This is the Kaweco collection in Apricot Pearl, and I'm still loving it so much. I think this is such a pretty pen, and it has such a great fine nib. It's writing really well. And I still have the cartridge in here from Sherry that she sent, and it's Urban Terre de Fou. I'm not sure. But it is, I've seen it in other pens now since I've been like looking at it after I got this, and it's much darker brown in other pens, but I think this pen just kind of writes drier. But it doesn't feel dry. Like, it feels like a really nice writing experience, but the ink is coming out a lot lighter, so that's why I say that. But nevertheless, I love this combo. I think this is the prettiest, like, blush pinky brown color. So I might just get like more cartridges and, you know, use them in my Kawecos because it's so pretty. This is a fine, and it's Apricot Pearl, but I won't put that because I'm running out of space. But yeah, I'm using this one a lot and I love it. But I feel like the Kaweco cartridges last forever. They just never run out for me. Okay, this is an exciting one. This is the Lamy LX in Maroon, And I got this in a trade with Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. We traded pens, and this is the one that she sent me. And I wanted this pen for so long, but I just never got it. And when she offered it in the list of pens that she was willing to trade, I was so excited, and I was like, yes, please, I want that one. And she put a medium nib on it for me, and I think that medium Lamy nibs are now my sweet spot. I have had 2 fine nibs from Lamy, and I don't know, they just felt too dry to me, but this one is so nice. I really, really am enjoying this so much. And this has Diamine Cashmere Rose from 2023's Inkvent. I usually don't like this color on its own, but I am loving it right now. Look, it matches that. I wonder if that's the ink she used to do that swatch. But yeah, it's a nice, like, it flows really well. It's not dry. It's not overly wet. It's just perfect. And so, yeah, I think I might get a couple of medium Lamy nibs and put them on the other Lamys that I have, because I love it so much, and I just think that's such a nice little combination. I love that pink. Okay, the next one was this last month too. Yes, it was. And I'm almost out of this. You can see sort of through the body that there's not much left in that converter, but I am really enjoying it, and I am tempted to refill it because it's going so well on this pen. First of all, this Jinhao 82 I think is so pretty. I love the look of this colorway. But it is Dominant Industry Autumn Forest. It is flowing so beautifully in here. Like, it's so nice. And it's coming out so saturated. It is in a Goulet nib, so I do like their nibs significantly more than Jinhao 82 nibs. But yeah, I just am really enjoying this combination. And the shimmer comes out really well. It comes out very heavy at first, and then as you write more, you don't see as much shimmer, but it doesn't bother me. And I rarely write like long enough sessions that it becomes like glaringly obvious. So this is a fine Goulet nib, a number 5 in case you want to get one. And yeah, I guess that's all there is to say. I forget what this body is called, but it's like a translucent white. It's not the solid white, and it's not cream either. It's just a translucent white. It's very, very pretty. So yeah, I love, love, love that combination. Okay, the next one is another favorite that I've been using quite a lot. You can see I only have a tiny little bit of ink left in here. And so yes, it is a carryover. But oh my gosh, this color is so beautiful. This is Lamy Dark Lilac from 2016. Jill was kind enough to send me a sample of this. And oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I totally get why everyone loved it. Loves it, period. This is the Smoke Rose Gold TWSBI. It's just, wow. I love that purple. It's dark, and yet it's like vibrant at the same time. It's so pretty. Okay, then I did get the Espresso TWSBI Eco, which I wasn't planning on when I first saw it, but who am I kidding? Like, I have the cream, I have the cafe, and I love this shade of dark brown, so I'm really happy that I got it. And I got it in an extra fine nib, which I don't have any TWSBI Ecos with an extra fine nib. I have a black one actually that's not obviously the bronze or rose gold, but I don't know, that one writes like too fine almost, like it doesn't flow well. I think there's an issue with it, so I never use it. But this extra fine nib is lovely, and I do feel like the bronze and rose gold nibs from TWSBI write a little bit broader than their regular steel ones. Anyways, in here I have Monteverde Brown Sugar. And this was like my original OG favorite brown ink until I found Beaver Dam Brown, and then that became my brown ink, but I still love this one a lot, and it's beautiful in here. Like, I think it's a really nice color match combination. So TWSBI go. Espresso bronze with an extra fine. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Okay, next we have the Jinhao 10 in this colorway, which is called different things in different places. I bought mine on Amazon. I forget what they called it. I think it was like orange gradient or something like that. I did have Ferris wheel pressed Beaver Dam Brown in here, but I ran out of it. The converter doesn't hold that much, especially when you're filling it like by twisting the converter. If I were to use a syringe to fill it, I would be able to draw up more, but it just doesn't draw up that much. So anyways, I used up the Beaver Dam Brown. I loved it. That was an excellent combination. But then this morning I wanted to re-ink it with something else. So I cleaned it and I put Diamine Forest Gâteau, which is this beautiful plummy color. And I have all my Jinhao 10s in an extra fine. I'm going to call it the coffee color because that's what it looks like. I have them all in extra fine and I really love it. I feel like it does write broader than a regular extra fine, but I love the way that it writes. And then my last and latest Jinhao 10, I could not resist. I love this gold one. It's so pretty. Ah, it's just so pretty. And in here, I put an ink that I have not used. I bought the little tiny bottle of this like a long time ago and I never used it. I feel like I tried it in a couple different pens and I just didn't like the saturation of it. So I kind of put it on the shelf and I saw somebody using a similar color to this and I was like, oh, I should try that again. Then I got this pen, I put it in here and I love it. It's perfect in here. I love it a lot. And this is the gold stripe body. I love the weight of these pens. I feel like they're the perfect weight. They're so classy. They're so easy to use. Like, just love it. And I like that combination a lot. I think that looks nice and it feels nice to write with. It doesn't feel dry. It's really good. Okay, then I have the Zodiac Pen Company Gemini model in Abalone. The Gemini is my favorite body style of his pens that I've tried so far. I do hope one day to try like the other body styles, but yeah, I like the way this one feels in the hand. I like that it's bigger, like it's much bigger, not much bigger, but it's bigger than the Virgo. And the Cancer is also really nice, but I like how this has a longer grip section. I don't know, this just feels the most comfortable out of the three that I've tried, and I used it I think 2 months ago with a different ink, and then I've had this ink in it before too, so I wanted to put this in it again, which is Diamine Moonbeam, and this is from 2023 Ink Vent. So Zodiac Pen Company Gemini, and it's a fine nib, and it's the Abalone blank. And yeah, it's really nice and wet. I like the gray with this combo, and I kind of wanted like that sparkly gray to represent like the rains in the springtime. So yeah, I really enjoy that combination a lot. And then lastly, I have this Sailor Shikiori. It's from the Shikiori line, and it's this mauve color. I got this was one of the first pens that I bought when I was getting into fountain pens, and I couldn't handle how fine it was. It was really, really fine for me in the beginning, and I was gonna sell it. I had it in like a separate pile, like in a different cup in my pantry. And then one day last month, I was like, oh, let me try this again, and let me try this black ink in it. It's the X Musk black ink that comes with the X Musk pen that I got, which the pen is good. Like, it's a good writer, but the vibe of it, the look of it, the aesthetic of it is not really my thing. So I haven't used the pen, but I like this ink a lot. It's a very flowy, well-flowing black ink. And so I thought I would try it in here, and oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this combo. Like, I love it so much. It still feels fine, but it's not like too fine by any means. And I think it must be the ink, because I remember it feeling finer than this. but I don't care. I love this so much. So this is a fine, and I don't remember the colorway. I think it was like cherry blossoms or something like that. But yeah, great combination. Let me zoom out. So there we have it. So we have, as my usual, some bright colors and some more muted colors. I really love these colors for spring, like I said, and I feel like I can't not have some of these darker, more muted, neutral colors. Let's look at them up close. So Aurora Borealis is a standard ink, so is Pilot Amairo, but they're both lovely. And then we have this Key Lime Pie with Diamine Pine Needle, and again, I don't really think you can see much of the shimmer. It's not very prominent, but it's in there and I like it. And then Diamine, oh, there we go. Diamine Mint Twist. You can see some of that shimmer. It's like a light teal shimmer. It goes really well in that ink. It's very pretty. This has a tiny bit of shimmer as well, this combo, but it's not overwhelming or obvious. And then Sugar and Spite has some magenta shimmer, which is really pretty. So those are those. Hopefully it's light enough for you to see these. And then over here, I guess we only have 2 shimmer inks, but look at the shimmer in that Autumn Forest. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's like this copper rose gold shimmer. Oh my goodness, it is so stunning. I love that ink. And then Diamine Moonbeam. There's like a teal, I'm trying to get it to show. There's like a teal ink in there, or a teal shimmer in there that you can see. And it goes so well with that gray. It's like a nice little contrasting color. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the month. Bye.